gorgeous people. Today I am cooking and I'm making smothered meatballs. It's very easy to do. If you get tired of the usual spaghetti, the hamburgers and that type of thing, you can make the smothered meatballs and you can have it over rice. You could even have it, you could also make like mashed potatoes too to have on the side. But I'm going to have rice today, so I'm going to show you what you need. Of course, you're going to need your ground beef. You're going to need some onions. I chopped up some onions. You're going to need some flour. You're going to need some cooking oil. Any brand will do. Black pepper and seasoned salt and some bacon. Now you don't need the whole pack of bacon. We're just using this to like season the meat and make it taste good. So I'm going to begin. You're going to need a bowl. Wash my hands here. Throw your chopped meat into the bowl. The chopped onions go into the bowl. I'm not putting that many onions. You can put as much as you would like. And I'm going to put salt and pepper on it, seasoned salt. A little like that. I also have to add, I'm making a gravy to this. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm using broth to make my gravy. So first I'm going to finish with this. I'm going to put the black pepper. And now I'm going to squish this meat together. Put the camera down so you can see. Work the seasonings throughout this meat. Like that. I think I need a little bit more seasoned salt. This is seasoned to taste, so you can put as much as little as you want. Okay, now what you're going to do is, you take another plate. Here's my flour. And you're going to make meatballs the size that you want it. And we're going to dip it on all over the meatball, put it in the flour mixture, and put it on a spare plate. And if you don't have that much time, you can do this ahead of time, even a day ahead of time. And that way, then the next day, all you have to do is fry your meatballs, make the gravy, make the rice, make a vegetable on the side. So I'm going to get on camera and finish this up, flouring my meatballs, and then now what I want you to do is take your bacon out. I'm just using this much bacon. And I have my shears to cut the meat with. You could use a regular knife. And I'm only using 2 pieces of bacon. You could use more. And I'm cutting it about this size. And I'm placing it in this pan. Actually, too, you don't really have to cook this. You could leave it long and place the meatballs on just long like that. But I'm cutting mine up. Now you're going to place this to the side, and what I'm going to do is get my meatballs ready for frying. Now what you're going to do is you're only going to lightly fry this, brown it just a little bit, because it will be going in the oven for a little while. So I'm going to get my oil ready. And you don't pour that much oil, you pour about this much in there. Not that much. Okay, this is the amount of oil that I'm putting in, not much. And I'm going to put that up here and turn it up high for a few minutes, and then I'll show you what to do next. I have my oil, it's getting hot, and I showed you in the other video, a different video, but I'm going to show you again. Be careful with this, because first of all, you should not be doing this if you're under 18 years of age. You turn the water on, when you wet your hand, you're going to shake your hand off some, and then you're going to go like this to the pan to see whether it's ready to fry the meat. So you hear that? It's time for me to put the meatballs in. What it looks like. It's frying. Now, let it fry like that for about a minute or two. And then you're going to turn it over. Now, also while frying like this, you can put a top on. I usually put a top on my pots and pans and stuff. So I'm going to get it. This way you're not splattering grease all over your kitchen. So this is only to brown the meat up a little bit. It's not to cook thoroughly through, because of some other steps you have to do. If you're a person that maybe don't want the gravy or so, let it cook a little bit more. Let it cook through. But since I'm making gravy and other steps, Just cook it for about 2 minutes. I'll be right. So it's time for me to turn these over. You can see it. So I'm going to let it stay in here for about another minute. Turn the grease down some. Put the top back on. At this point, you're going to turn your oven to 350. And then I'll show you what else to do. Now what I want you to do, the meatballs are ready to be taken out of the pan. I have my pan here with the bacon. I forgot to add, if you want to use turkey bacon, you can. You can use any kind of bacon that you want. And you're going to take the meatball. You don't even have to drain it. And look, I'm going to place it right on top of this bacon. This is just to give the meat some flavor. If two will fit on one, you do it like that. Now you're going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes. If your oven gives out a lot of heat, do it for 10 minutes. So I'm going to place it in the oven. And what I'm going to do now is make my gravy and my rice. I'm not going to do my rice on camera, but I will show you how to make the gravy. I'll show you how to make the gravy. Okay, while you're doing this, you don't have the heat on yet. Take a tablespoon. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 5 tablespoons. Yeah, that should be enough. If you're making a real big thing of gravy, then you would use 6 tablespoons. So now we're going to put the heat on. And when we were making our meatballs, we had a little flour left. If you didn't have any left, then you just get some flour and I'll take it like this, a couple of tablespoons, and then you start like you're sauteing it in the grease. So that could be 4 or 5 tablespoons. It would be more if you're making a real big pot of this. I'm just making enough for about 3 people. Now you're going to take your seasoned salt and sprinkle a little bit in the pan. Again, season to taste. You're going to take your black pepper and sprinkle a little bit in the pan. If this is cooking too fast, I turn my stove off. And get 2 cups of water, warm water ready. And I'm going to pour that into this mixture. Like I stated before, if you're making a lot more, you would need a lot more water. I would say maybe 4 or 5 cups of water. So I'll put the heat back on, and I'm going to let it start thickening up. Now, if you have any broth, I do. If you don't, you don't have to have it. But I happen to have some leftover broth right here that I'm going to put in there. If you don't have it, just cook your gravy. Make sure that it's seasoned correctly. But I'm going to put my broth in right now. And that's beef broth from some meat that I had cooked maybe a week ago. Keep stirring. Make sure the heat is high. If it looks like it's about to burn, just turn it down. Starting to thicken up a little. So I'm going to turn the camera off. As it thickens up a little bit more, then I'll show you what it looks like. What I had to do is, because my camera cut off, I took the meatballs out of the oven and I put them in the pan with the gravy, and I added 2 pieces of that bacon in there. Like I stated before, if you have turkey bacon, just take 2 of those that you had left over, that was in the pan that you had in the oven, and you put 2 pieces in there, put your meatballs, put the heat up high. See, my gravy is getting thicker. See? So I'm going to come back with the finished product. So after you finish cooking this, take the little bits and pieces of the bacon out and throw it away. And then I'm going to show it on the plate how it looks. If my camera doesn't go out, I'll show you what it looks like on the plate with the rice and everything. So baby cakes, this is what my delicious food looks like. I have some corn, my meatballs, and rice. Yum, yum, yum. This recipe is very, very easy. Just do the steps exactly as stated, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm about to go and eat. So I will talk to you again soon. Bye.